What is going on, everybody? My name is Franco Maldonado, and welcome to Wrestle Craze United Podcast. And today, we got another great guest here on my show. He is the Deathmatch Jesus, Vladimir Putin's least favorite wrestler, Dimitri Alexandrov. How you doing, dude?
Hey, I'm doing fine. Thank you for having me on the show. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you again. Taking time out of your day to do this, especially with the hectic schedule you got going on.
It's a little crazy, man. But no, I'm glad. I'm happy to be on here and happy to do it for you, man.
Well, Dimitri, again, thank you. So the way I'm going to start it, I always bring up with all my guests first is how I discovered them. So, Dimitri, you came on my radar back in the start of 2024.
Okay, heck yeah.
So I followed a little bit of XPW before it started declining, and you popped up for the XPW versus Loco show against Schlack, and I did not know who you were at that time. I was like, wait a minute, that sounds like a Russian name. And then I see that, oh, you are Russian, and then I look at your highlights. I'm like, oh, fuck, this dude's wild as hell. Yeah, and when I saw your match with Schlack, oof, that was despite the ongoing technical difficulties on that show.
Oh, the live stream was awful. I remember that. It's been almost 2 years now, but I still remember that live stream being a nightmare for everybody.
Oh, yeah, I was pissed. But it was a great match, and after that, I started following a lot of your stuff from like Wrestle Rave, New Texas, and then a lot of your recent stuff too from last year, like going into DMDU, because I've interviewed Joel and Jordan.
Heck yeah.
Over there from Australia. Cool. And then you got to go to Japan, and you just been on fire, and then got to compete in TOD, NHB, like, oh my God.
Yeah, man, it's been crazy, man. It's been a crazy couple of years, diving into Deathmatch fully a few years back. I'd always liked Deathmatch, and then prior to, I'd say, pandemic, I'd done a few Deathmatches. It was I respected it and everything, and then I dove head first right after pandemic, man. I don't know. It's been awesome. The trip has been great, You mentioned Joel Bateman, a good friend of mine. Jordan Sampson, loved both those guys. They're great, dude. And then Japan was absolutely a dream come true. And, there's more stuff coming up. I can't say it yet, but I want to say,
no worries.
The stuff is getting cool again, man. I love it. And, this is I'm grateful for these opportunities. I'm grateful for this journey. I just want to keep doing it and keep showing people that I'm here to compete at crazy levels and do whatever it takes, man.
Yeah, and I've even caught the chance to see some of your regular matches as well, and you do put on great matches without doing death matches, and it shows how versatile you are as a wrestler.
I appreciate that. I don't feel like... I'd say the first 5 years of my career were mainly normal matches, and then it was like I said, the switch happened, but I still like to go back and forth to show I can do both. I like, as I always will coin and say, I like being a Swiss Army knife. I like being sure I can do normal matches, but then give me some glass and barbed wire, and I'll give you that show too,
Yeah. All right. And, so Dimitri, next thing I'm going to do is I will start with the standard question I give everybody is, first off, because you're originally from Russia, right?
Yes, I was born and almost moved here when I was 4 years old. So it's I've been here for quite a bit of time now.
Okay. Wait, were you born when it was Russia or when it was the Soviet Union?
Russia. So I was born in 1990. So we were officially Russia again.
Oh, okay. All right, I was just making sure because I didn't want to make a mistake saying oh crap, I got the wrong one.
No. You're fine. Yeah. I was born there, and I haven't been back since. And you mentioned Vladimir Putin's least favorite wrestler. Do you happen to know where that came from, by the way?
I I was gonna say because you do carry the Ukrainian flag too. That's why.
So my family is my mother is Russian Ukrainian and my father is just Russian.
Oh wow.
A lot of my mom's family is from Ukraine because of this.
Oh wow.
So a little bit also happened in 2019 actually, before actually the crisis, which everything that happened. I used to follow the Russian Senate's page. It was the Duma, and I would see stuff, and they posted this thing that they're gonna segregate Moscow into sections. Only X number of white people could live in this part, brown people. It was a really weird segregation thing, right? And I commented in Russision, I see we're taking pages from Stalin now, and I was instantly blocked, which is great because the Duma always likes to toot its horn. It would say, "We are the voice of the Russian president." So I was like, "You're the voice of Vladimir Putin, then." So I am now your worst. Who can say they're blocked by a world leader? That's something I like to jokingly say there. So
I get you, and hell, and the thing is, I won't dive into what's ongoing.
Sure,
because,
I appreciate that.
Nah, because I always try to leave it off because of my slogan: no bullshit, no politics, no judgment.
A lot of my life goes through that. There's only small exceptions him, but that's literally it.
Yeah, because I was telling you, going back, I have a friend. He's a Ukrainian in Sacramento, and up in Sacramento, we have the largest Slavic population. There's a lot of Ukrainians, Russians, and even Belarusians, which I didn't even know until years later.
That's cool.
So,
I like that. I like that. That's cool as heck, man. That's cool.
Yeah, and they started popping up a lot of markets now, and I've noticed some snacks. I'm like, I can't even read this, but I gotta try it.
I love that.
Yeah. So, anyways, back to the first question.
Sorry about that, Sonny.
Hey, no worries, Dimitri. There's times we're gonna sidetrack a little bit because, like I said, we're gonna bring up wrestling. We're bringing up stuff off topic. And that's what I like, and even my guests really enjoy that because it makes it a fun conversation. Instead of just make it a typical interview, if you're on 60 Minutes or some shit.
I appreciate that. I do.
No worries. All right, so Dimitri, how old were you when you discovered wrestling? Because obviously, I'm not going to be stupid and say, "Oh, was there wrestling in Russia when you saw it?" Did you when you came into the States, did you see WWE or NWA or WCCW, or what was it for you?
So,
how did it start for you?
It's funny. My brother used to have a bunch of just taped episodes of Saturday morning cartoons from the USA Network, which, of course, that has WWF on it and everything, but Saturday morning cartoons were like G.I. Joe. It was all stuff from the 80s, It was some hand-me-down pretty much. So it was G.I. Joe and stuff like that. I really liked G.I. Joe, and for some reason I really liked this character, Sergeant Slaughter. Now, unbeknownst to the 4-year-old me that had just been living in America recently, I didn't know that Sergeant Slaughter was based on a real person. I thought he was just a G.I. Joe character. So he would give me these tapes of the old cartoons, and I'd watch them as a 4-year-old, and they would have the commercials still on them. So there's commercials from the late 80s on there, right? And there's a commercial for Superstars. And it's like WWF Superstars, which come on, I guess, afterwards, but you didn't have that on the tape, right? And the very end of the commercial would have Sergeant Slaughter, real Sergeant Slaughter, and he would say, he's like, WWF Superstars, be there, and I cut to Sergeant Slaughter, and he would say, and that's an order. And my 4-year-old mind was blown, because I was like, he's real? Cartoon characters are real? What is that? I have to find this now. So then I go look it up, and it's 1994. There's no Sergeant Slaughter anymore, But it's like, Shawn Michaels, Razor Ramon, 1, 2, 3 Kids, stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, this is like Street Fighter, but real life. This is cool. I think it's all like video games and stuff. So my parents, one of the things when my father moved to the States was his job. He worked for a credit card company, and they would let him get a super discount on Dish, which he wanted, so he could watch soccer, football, soccer, game, like European games. He really wanted to watch. So we got a satellite dish in our backyard for like the first 2 years of me being in the States, which is, I guess it would have been a lot of money back then, but we got a really good discount, as my dad would always tell me. But so we get the giant TV guide is what would come in the mail, and I'd be like, I had to look through this for that wrestling thing, right?
Yeah.
I find a channel. I find a channel that's in the Netherlands.
What?
Yeah. It's Dutch. So, but it's but the thing is showing on TV for the Dutch channel. It's got Dutch subtitles and everything. It's New Japan Pro Wrestling, and the first person I see on that screen is Liger, Jushin Thunder Liger, and I stopped watching WAF. I watched that until we got rid of satellites because I was like, this is where the superheroes fight. This is cool. Oh my god, I was super into Japanese wrestling, dubbed over in Dutch. I had no idea what's going on. They kind of said the names and stuff. I remember that, but I was like, and then later, because Liger was on there, he was in WCW as well. So I discovered WCW from that, and then it was like, you got me, guys. You got this. This kid is now obsessed with this. I'm gonna. So I got really into the cruiserweights and everything like that from WCW, and I became. It's horrible because it turned me into like a tape trader at a young age. I was like,
oh my god.
I'd go to the swap meets and I'd be like, find the guy with all the VHS tapes. And like, please, I need to buy it. Mom, please buy me this tape of Japanese deathmatch wrestling. I was 10.
Wow. Okay, that's actually really cool. And then bringing up 80s and then early 90s, I'm like, Jesus Christ, I did not exist yet. I was born in 96.
Hell yeah. That's when I discovered WCW. Yeah, I was 6 years old. Yeah.
And then talking about your dad liking football, soccer, but I always call it football because I'm Mexican. My grandma says it's football.
I'm always used to having to correct Americans. Hey, I see that. I love that. Yeah. I have to correct them all the time.
Nah, believe me, I got corrected in England too. Like, do not say soccer. They say in America. No, but that's so cool though. And plus, when I was older and I was able to rewatch WCW stuff, I just remember how badass the cruiserweight division was. Like, everyone from I even remember the luchadors because I started off with lucha libre first with my grandfather. God rest his soul. He showed me La Parca and Atlantis, the Villanos, and I'm like, oh shit, this is so cool.
Yeah.
So that's really cool. And then I can't believe they had Dutch language in America. Sorry, my ignorance. I did not even know that was a thing.
Yeah, the Dutch New Japan channel. It's funny because I also talked to Aleister Black. When I was a fan, I talked to him, and he had also he discovered that channel as well. And it was like a weird thing. It was like, yeah, I watched it on satellite. He's like, yeah, I watched it because it was on TV because he's Dutch. So it was like, it's interesting how many European kids, I guess, grew up watching like New Japan. Weird language or something like that.
And that was the same with me. I started Lucha Libre through Spanish because my grandparents did not speak any English, and they came from Jalisco, Mexico.
Yeah.
Almost all their channels they had were in Spanish, and it's normal in California because almost everyone here is almost Mexican in California. So,
that's awesome, man. I love the cultural thing of it being like your grandparents showing you. I love that stuff. That's so cool. I used to watch. I watched some with my great uncle a little bit, and he's more like a grandpa to me. But that was kind of like sharing stuff together with a parent is always the coolest thing. And I love hearing about that, especially with a lot of lucha libre families and stuff like that. Or you have the grandma opposite side of the spectrum. You have the southern grandma showing her kids her grandkids NWA or something like that. I love the grandparents sharing stuff. That's awesome. I always love that, man.
And bringing up what you said about Jushin Thunder Liger, I met him last year at West Coast Pro.
Hell yeah. I want to meet him so bad.
God, great guy. And I've met Ultimo Dragon. He actually signed my mask I got of him. Oh, shit, that is so cool.
Yeah, he's just right. I have a few of those Cara Pro figures. They're all on my little desk right here. But yeah, I was on my Liger. That's my guy.
Nice. Hey, I really do hope you get to meet Liger.
Yeah. Hope so too.
So, United, getting into wrestling, you gotten going up to high school, like, did you phase out? Because I know everyone has had a phase out of wrestling before. I don't know if you did or anything like that.
Yeah, it was a little bit. I phased out of a lot of Attitude Era stuff towards the end a little bit, just because I got back into it. I went back and watched, but like there was like when WCW started getting real bad towards the end, I kind of dropped off right there, and then I wasn't really big on the WWF guys as much. I was more of a WCW kid. And everything like that. I kind of dropped off, but then I say it's like a short period. Like I was, I was very much a closet fan at some points. I had to be like, I don't want people to know I like this stuff, but like, I was just like one of those periods, and then that's when I think, kind of when that period happened, I really started diving into like, not just American wrestling. It started going into, let's look for Japanese stuff. Let's look at lucha stuff. Let's look at. I really got it. That's actually where I discovered independent wrestling. I think is more that time period. It was like early middle school, because that's when I like kind of found out what Ring of Honor was, and I was like, like I thought that was cool as hell. So like, I definitely was a kid at one point wearing an NWO shirt all the time. To then, I'm not wearing that anymore. I don't want people to know I like this thing. To where like I don't want to. I don't want to watch WCW.
Dude,
yeah.
I can relate. I was like that in high school. Like I thought going into high school, being a wrestling fan, I was gonna get picked on.
Oh yeah.
Because I played football throughout high school, and everyone was all like, "Oh, NFL or NBA," all that other shit. And so a little bit of soccer, but anytime it is, it's always like about Chicharito or Messi or Ronaldo or all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Well, but that's funny. I phased out throughout high school, and when I came back, my brother got me back into it. It's like, dude, you need to watch this shit. This is insane. Like, you got to see what kind of lucha this is. And I'm like, dude, I don't want to see wrestling. It's like, no, dude, you need to watch. You got to watch the match with Penta and Vampiro and Lucha Underground. You got to see that match. This is so wild. I watch it, and I was like, what the fuck did I just watch? And I got hooked immediately, and I started watching Lucha Underground.
Hell yeah.
And it got me back into wrestling, like instantly.
I love that, man. That's great. This Lucha Underground is so underrated now. It's like, I wish it was easier to watch it. I know there's like ways of watching it, but I wish it was a lot more accessible for people, because there's some really cool things in there. And I'm like, man, I admittedly grew up having a little bit of a blind spot to lucha, and now I've kind of like gone back and watched like key moments and stuff. Like love Blue Panther and stuff like that. He's a legend, man. I love that stuff.
I met him last year too.
I think I get to meet him. I think I don't know when this comes out, but this September I'm actually going to be on the show with him. So I'm very much
I saw the posts.
I'm very much going to get my picture with Blue Panther this year and be like, hey, you're like my favorite luchador ever. I have to take a picture with you. This is going to be cool.
Can I sidetrack a story compared to that?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, so last October I went to Big Time Wrestling, which is one of the biggest promotions in the Bay Area in Newark.
Yeah.
So they had their anniversary show. Bret Hart was their main attraction for the meet and greets. And I got to meet Bret Hart, which was a big deal for me because I'm a big Bret Hart fan. But he said something that made me felt insanely like shocked, because everyone in line, like, he was like, "Hey kid, can I tell you something to not to offend you? You're literally the youngest person in my line." Because I'm 29.
Yeah.
And everyone's like 40s or 50s, and then I got the opportunity to tell him, like, "Sorry, dude, I need to mark out a little bit before I let you go. Your match with Chris Benoit at Nitro is my favorite match of all time."
I love that one.
He told me, he gave me 5 minutes. He said, "Hey kid, can I talk to you about that match? Because no one will bring it up because of,
Yeah.
He told me everything, and then he said he had to use his creative clause to not have Goldberg be in that match for his brother's tribute. He said he wanted Chris specifically.
He'll never stop. He hates him so much.
And then The funny thing, he actually autographed my Funko Pop I have like hanging up on my wall.
Nice.
So, yeah, I was like, holy shit, Brett gave me 5 minutes.
That's cool as hell, man. Yeah. I had a friend growing up in elementary school who got to go to a Raw show. Who knows? It might be a tape show or something. But he got to be the kid who got the glasses.
Oh, nice.
And I thought he was the coolest kid. And I was like, God, you're so cool, Bobby. No one's gonna be as cool as you because you have the Bret Hart glasses and you're on screen getting it.
I know. So like, all right. So because earlier I was just talking about I did sports in high school. Because Dimitri, you're very tall. But like, did you do any sports in high school or anything like that?
I did collegiate wrestling up until middle school.
Oh, wow.
I should have stuck with it. But I did from age 7 to 17 play ice hockey. In fact, that was actually probably a trajectory for me at one point, was getting into ice hockey. I was in my junior year of high school. I was getting looked at by Boston College to get a full scholarship with them, and when I dropped out of collegiate wrestling, I got into skateboarding, and that was like the skateboarding and hockey. I was doing stereotypical thing. All kids want to do the extreme sports era, whatever. Yeah. But I actually tore my Achilles tendon on my leg skateboarding in my junior high school, and I had to wear a boot for the rest of the year, and pretty much killed hockey for me. I didn't come back and play in high school anymore. I think I played a little bit outside high school, like some pickup games, but it killed a lot of my momentum and stuff. And yeah, I love hockey. I love it so much, but I could, like, everyone's like, oh, play like a beer league, play like some recreational league, and it's like, nah, dude, that was gonna be it. I thought at one point, you know.
Yeah. When you said ice hockey, I'm like, wait a minute, ice hockey in high school? Because that's not a thing in any of our high schools in California.
Yep. Because they got about like I've lived in a few different places. I lived in Arizona for a little bit. I lived in Omaha, Nebraska. I lived in Chicago. I lived in Oklahoma for a bit. But yeah, high school was a lot of because of living up north. You had more options for, like, they had ice hockey. They had everything going on with that. So it was kind of like being in a high school hockey is really fun, man. Yeah. I liked it. It was a lot of fun.
Okay. Let me go one more high school question. Like, being in high school for you, especially you from another country, did a lot of the kids, like, were intrigued by you because of, like, your accent or anything like that, or where you're from and all that?
I always jokingly tell people I have what I like to call, at this point in my life, a mutant accent, because it sounds like it's a weird Americanized Russian accent at this point. And this is just how I am now. I guess, I don't know. My parents have very strong Russian thick accents, and they try to hide them as much as they can. I don't know. I guess when I was in elementary school, kids were more like to pick on you, but then by high school, they're just, that's you. You're the Russian kid. It's okay. So, yeah.
Oh, damn. My high school was way different then, because we had those you know how they in the high schools they have this, like, 1 year exchange program where they do a full. Okay, so we had a French girl, and all the guys were like, "Holy shit!" And some of them did try to hit on her because, you know, she was pretty, but But then
intimidated by her, yeah.
But then the opposite, we had a Spanish guy from Spain, and girls were like all over for him because he would do weight training shirtless. He'd take his shirt off and he'd show off his 6-pack.
This flex this man's doing. I see what he's doing there.
No, and I remember my weight training. You know, he was my football coach. He was like, "You can't be doing that. I don't know what they do in Spain, but you can't be doing it here in the States."
You're making us look bad. You have to stop. I love that, man. No. That's cool.
All right. So, after high school, and you just went? Were you looking into like getting into like a wrestling school? Or were you just like working right after or going to school, anything like that?
I still went and did. I went to college still. I went. I had a few different paths I thought I was going to go in life. So hockey doesn't work out. All right, whatever. Let's do something different. So I'm like, I'm going to go to. This is a weird thing about me. I was like, I'm going to go to college. I'm going to study marine biology because I'm like a shark nut. That's another thing about me. It's weird. And I was like, I'm going to get into this. But like at the time, I was like, I really kind of fell in love with it just because I was living, at this point, I was living in Oklahoma. And I was like, the University of Oklahoma gave me a ride, but I was just like, you're going to go to Oklahoma University, you're not going to study marine biology. You're going to be swimming in lakes and shit. I don't want to do that. So I actually ended up going to college for video production. I was like, I'm going to do video editing and stuff. By the time I'm in like my junior year, I got my associates. I'm in my junior year of high school, college, and I'm like, my professor's like, you're trying to get your bachelor's in film? Yeah, I guess I am. Oh, why? Do you want to teach this class? I'm like, I'm out. I dropped out actually, like right after that. I didn't want to go any further. But that's okay. You have associates, you can get a job with that. I got an office job. Yeah. It was comfy money. I was like, cool, this is great. I'm miserable. I'm 21 years old. I'm miserable. I'm going to go find a wrestling school because I always wanted to be a wrestler. And that's like something I told myself I couldn't do at some points in my life because everyone's like, oh, you have to do this. You can't really, I don't know if this is a thing, but like, it's very hard to convince your immigrant parents that wrestling is a good option.
Yeah.
A lot of them are like, go be an accountant, make money, do this, do that. And a lot of it is, do all these other things first. And to this day, they still give me grief about it. Like, oh, when is this wrestling stuff going to end? I'm like, okay.
Damn, that's insane.
Yeah, but then I found a school. I went to it I found a company, a local company. They kind of had me do like this little bit of like, hey, give us $100 a month and you can come set up the ring and train. And it was like,
what the hell?
It was a crappy deal. I got to train like twice a month. It was not worth it. But then Harley Race's main trainer at the time, Brian Breaker, he went to one of those shows and was like, what are they having you do? Everything. Okay, that's BS. Come to my place. We'll train you. And I went and trained with Harleys and their little sub-school steel rage. So I went from having, like, it looked like I was going for a shindy forever to working with guys who, like Brian Breaker, a guy who had gone to, Japan multiple times, a guy who'd helped out. He was in NXT for a minute as Brandon Traven. We don't talk about that era. But he's a guy that... He's a guy that really helped me, and I have to say he saved my wrestling career before it even started. Because if not, I would have been at some weird little shindy for more than, 4 months after that. So then I just went and trained, and it was great. So yeah.
You made it sound like that was just that training school was like was run by like some carny motherfucker or some shit like that.
Oh yeah. That is very carny place. I'm glad I escaped the fate of that, I guess I'll say.
Yeah, because like when I bring that up, I brought it up to one of my guests from SoCal, Honest John, where he came out of. He even admitted where he came out of. It was carny as fuck.
That's how it goes, man. It's one way or the other. It's either ungodly carny or a really professional school. There's no in between. There's never an in between.
Yeah. So like, how long did you train until you were able to like debut for your match in front of an audience?
I officially debuted. I wouldn't say it was 2015. I started. I found that little crappy school at the very tail end of 2013. So I was. But I didn't start with Breaker and everything until probably the spring of 2014. So it's roughly a year, roughly.
Okay.
Yeah, roughly a year before I debuted.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
And then, do you remember who you were facing?
My first match. Now, hold on. I'll ask you this. Technically, there's two options. One, I was in a Rumble. But that was the first time. That was technically my first match. But I don't like to count that one because it wasn't very long. It's a Rumble. You know, it's everyone just trying to get into a spot. My first match actually was a triple threat tag match.
Oh shit!
I was tagging with the guy named Justin Riker, who a good old friend of mine. I think he still wrestles. He's a good guy. He's up in like Missouri, Oklahoma area.
Okay.
He's. Hold on, what the heck's this guy's name? One guy's name was Akuma Jones. His tag partner, I cannot remember his name. I feel bad. I can't remember his tag partner's name. That's gonna bother me,
bro. It's all good.
And then the other team was these guys. They're called the Bash Brothers, not to be confused with the Mighty Ducks, but
yeah.
But Ethan Cole and his brother Trey Cole. Those were the Bash Brothers, and I was in a triple threat tag match, and we won. That's
nice.
So that's my first true match. I like to say that's my first true match I remember because it was more than 2 minutes in a Rumble. You know, it was like a 12-minute match.
That's awesome. And then, like, where you were based at when you started wrestling, were you just wrestling majority of the Midwest region, like Texas, Oklahoma, or anywhere else up in the Midwest? Or anything like that?
It was like Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri, and like maybe 2 shows in Kansas at the time, and it was kind of like right there in that area. And I did that for the first probably year of my career, was just mainly doing that. Maybe a year and a half, but like after that, I moved to Canada. I did. I moved to Toronto for 6 months, and to go up and train with the guys over at Smash, and I wanted to do more training. It's also because I thought I'd have a job opportunity and stuff. It was very short lived, but
I get you.
Yeah, I moved back to the area. I kind of worked in Oklahoma again. Then I said, I'm going to go to Texas. And then from Texas, it was everywhere after that. Yeah.
Yeah. I want to bring one company up that shocked me because I keep forgetting they existed for a bit before it went under again. IWA Mid South.
I was in the very last TPI, the Ted Perry Invitational. I was. That was weird. You know, I did one show prior to that. It was a tag match. That was my old tag partner, Kai Faden. And then later that same year, I believe, I wrestled in the Ted Petty, or it was the next year, maybe the year later. I wrestled in the
TPI.
Yeah, the TPI, and I wrestled Gary J. And that was awesome. I love that. I think, like, I will see this. Ian Rotten still owes me $200.
Oh my god! I was gonna ask that shit. Did he pay?
He agreed to pay me $100 a night. I did both nights at TPI, right?
Mm-hmm.
House was light, kid, and he gave me $100 flat. So I said, "Well, it was TPI. It's an experience, you know, one of those things, right?" So then he invited me back. I think that same November. This time he was gonna not only pay me the $100 he owed me, but he was gonna give me, $100 more on top of this one. He was gonna give me like, I think he said he was gonna give me like $100 and, I guess it was gonna be like $300 pretty much, right?
Yeah.
I come out, I wrestle Shane Mercer. I get to him, hey Ian, what about that money you owe me? He's like, oh yeah, I know I gave you $100 right now. So now he's like, so now you owe me $200. Yeah, don't worry, it'll get back to you with some DVD sales and stuff. And then,
oh my god,
then the company went under. And
Now I wanted to ask that because I had my first guest I had was diehard Dustin Lee.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I actually interviewed him while he was still in Ukraine. Wild, but it's on my YouTube page if you want to check it out. He gave me so much Ian Rotten shit that he told me that shocked me. Like, I'm like, dude, this should be on Dark Side of the Ring or something. Like, what the fuck did I had to listen to? Like, he gave me like a full hour of just explaining how a piece of shit he was and what he did.
Yeah, Ian's, I know some people who are like, oh, Ian's square with me, and then other people I know who just want to, like, rant. I mean, I've been on tours with Mickey Knuckles, and she will just tell you everything he did to her, so...
that was what he told me, too.
Yeah, Mickey's got a lot of stories, if you ever talk to Mickey. I don't know if she wants to always talk about that, but she definitely hates that man. And I can agree.
Yeah, I bet. I would love to have Mickey on, but I am not going to lie. I'm a little terrified to ask because I know how she could be inside and outside the ring.
Yeah. I maybe touchy subject. Maybe too touchy.
Yeah, but I would never ask anything that's like.
I love Mickey. I love Mickey so much. I love her. She's great. She's like an aunt, and I love her.
Yeah, she's such a badass. Though I will give her that.
Hell yeah, she is.
So, okay. Other than wrestling for the first few years, like, when did you decide you wanted to get into deathmatch? Like, what got you doing that? Because, like, I have no idea how did that go for you to get into it.
So, I always respected deathmatch because I'm a huge, even when I was a kid, I was a huge Mick Foley guy. I was very much a big Foley guy.
I'm a Foley fan too.
Yeah. Still probably in my top 5 favorite wrestlers of all time. Number 3 solidly, I'd say. But, like, I was always a fan of his. I watched old FMW. I was a big fan of all those guys because I really love Hayabusa, Masada Tanaka. I love those kind of guys. And I never, like, it was always weird when you go to wrestling school, everyone wants to shit on deathmatch wrestling, and I was very much like, yeah, but there's cool things. You know, I would always be like, yeah, but this is cool. Yeah, there's ways to do it right, and there's ways to do it wrong. I'd always tell people. Like, I feel like I was always the deathmatch wrestling defender in wrestling school, man. I was like, there's good stuff. Come on, here's this Jun Kasai match versus Ryuji Ito. Watch this match. It's got good psychology. I don't know. You try to do that crap with the wrestling school. It's funny. But
oh my God.
It was my first opportunity to do a deathmatch was in 2018, I believe.
Oh, wow.
I wrestled Masada. So I worked for a company called Anarchy Championship Wrestling in Austin, Texas. I did the show. I did a 4-way match already on the show, right? Yeah. And that was the opener. And I'm still in gear, okay? And Masada showed up to the show. Because this was like his home company at this point. He lived around the area, so he would just show up sometimes. And he showed up, and the promoter's like, "Oh, you want to wrestle?" Yeah. I'm like, "Oh," and he just went around asking people, and I said, "I'll wrestle again." And we start talking, me and Masada have this conversation about the match and stuff, you know, and I didn't think it was going to be much of anything at this point, but he's like, I was like, yeah, man, I'm down to do anything, you know, anything, yeah, you want to take the skewers? I'm like, yeah, I'll take the fucking skewers, you know, all this stuff, and it starts going into this conversation of like, let's get some chairs, let's get some stuff in there, there's a barbed wire baseball bat underneath the ring, there's all this stuff, you want to do this, you want to do that, and it just starts like, yeah, why not, man? So,
Jesus Christ.
We called this match. We wrestled each other. I was probably the match. Some promoters. This is a guy named Justin Bissonette. He's a promoter for like Inspire Pro Wrestling in New Texas now. He's like says that's the match that made us start booking you. And I was like, hell yeah. And I did that match. And I was like, hell yeah. I'll do this every so often. And then I did a deathmatch chart the year later. And then I was like, well, okay, that's cool. I'll do this every so often. And then after pandemic, it was like, yeah, let's do death matches. Let's just do them. I love them. I love them anyway. So I love doing it, man. I think it's fun. I think it's like it's like a different take on wrestling. Sometimes it's like, and that's why I was telling you earlier. I like to be a Swiss Army knife, but like because like sometimes it's like I get bored of doing one style too long, so I need to do the other. But it happens both ways, though. I'll get too many normal matches, time to bleed. Too much bleeding, time to do some normal. It turns into that in my head.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like doing both, though, man. And I just think that in this day and age, I think young wrestlers sometimes they just need to be open to try things. I know there's a lot of guys who are like, I'll never do that. But I'm like, give it a shot. You might end up catching the bug.
And what's crazy, there's so many younger wrestlers that are doing it. And you look at guys like Anakin Murphy or Little Sicko and even Nino Extremo as well. And I'm like, holy shit. And just a little something. Nino, if you're watching this or someone sends it to you, I sent you a message. If you want to come on, I would love to have you on.
Yeah, please. Do it, Nino. Do it.
Yeah. So, but there's so many young wrestlers that want to do this stuff, and it's wild because you look back then, they think I'm not doing that shit. I'm too young to get murdered out there.
There's a young guy out here in Austin. His name's Mokele, and he, on the whim last year, we had a person fall off of a show, and I called him up, says, "Hey, you want to wrestle me in a death match?" And he did it, and he's like, "That was fun. Can I do more?" And now he's here in Austin. We're trying to get him to go out a little more and stuff. He's gonna start getting cars with me, but he's like, to paint a picture, he's taller than me. He's 6'6", and he loves like he's built like a tank, man, and he's only 22 years old. So I'm like, this guy really wants to do death matches. I mean, there's not a lot of death match giants these days, man. So that's cool as hell.
No, there. And what was crazy? I'm gonna move a little fast forward, and I'll go back to. Okay, so I had Jai on.
Yeah, that's my boy.
And he's actually a good friend of mine too. And I brought up him and you, and he was the reason he recommended me to you. And he told me when he did that match, that was like the most brutal match he's done so far. And he wrestled with his fucking wrestling gear and nothing. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Dude? Are you fucking nuts?
I was wearing pants shirtless. He was going like the trunks and everything. I always tell people like, I do trunks outside death matches, but I don't wear shirts in death matches. But I'm like, there's this fear I have of cutting like the major artery in my leg. That's like the one fear. I don't care about anything else. It's just that's the one thing. I'm like, because then I'm like, always you hear people, you'll bleed out if you cut that artery in your leg and stuff. Yeah. And then I see Jai over here, this motherfucker. I'm like, you're wearing that? He's like, yeah, man, I'm ready. I'm just like, Jai, you bastard, I love you. So.
And the way this is how he told me, Dimitri. Like he said, if I'm going to compete in a wrestling match, I'm going to compete in my wrestling gear, no matter what kind of stipulation or scenario it is.
I love that guy, man. He's great. He's a badass. I didn't know he was. The first time I met him was right when I got back from Japan this year, and he was on a New Texas show, and he was like, "Yeah, man, I want to do Big Japan. I want to do all that." I was like, "Yeah, you're like a wrestler. What are you doing here?" And he's like, "Nah, man, I love death matches too." I'm like, "All right." So then,
he does.
I love this kid. He's great. I love him. He's just a guy like me who just likes all kinds of wrestling, and I think that's so cool.
Yeah, because the thing I like, and also in my friend group, like a lot of us, we don't watch a lot of just mainstream. We like watching indie wrestling, like watching deathmatch. Here's the thing, I like watching international wrestling. Like I like Dub X Dub. I like Progress. I'm a big fan of DMDU.
Hell yeah.
And then also, like, having Jordan and Joel on my show, like, hell, it showed me a lot more why I love the company.
Hell yeah, dude. I love the Deathmatch Under guys. I've gotten the opportunity to go twice. I'm probably going again later this year. But I just want to say that I love those guys. They are, like, family to me. Joel Bateman is a guy who... If you ever want to see, I don't know if you ever watched this one. This is a match of mine I'm very proud of. It's this one. I wrestled Joel in America for Wrestle Rave at a show that was, weirdly enough, on Easter.
Oh my God.
Which is amazing. It was not a great draw because of that, but it's a really fun death match that we kind of made do because before the match happens, you won't see this on camera, they were putting the panes in the ring, and they broke them all.
Oh my God.
We had, I think, something like I know this sounds like a lot, but it's really not. We had I think we had 42 light tubes in total. That's it. But like we made this match work. Like we had all these ideas for these spots, and they all got blown up because of that. But I'm really proud of that match, and I think after that match, me and Joel Bateman became like friends for life. After that, I think that match is so cool. But like what they do down there at Deathmatch down under DMDU, I don't know if you get to see it enough. They are like a family, and it is. It's just good energy. I don't know how to describe it in a way. It's just really good. It's a good locker room energy. Everyone's cool with each other. And they all go to the same place and eat together. Big family dinner at the Owens, which the bar's cool. They give us free food. I love that. So it's great. I love it.
So wait, so Dimitri, was Australia your first booking outside of the United States?
No, second, because I did...
Canada, right.
I did Canada, and then before... It was my first overseas, because I done Canada and I did Mexico. I did... for Mexico, I did 2 shows for NGX down in Monterrey. And I worked with Sicarico and some of the guys down there and Sick Boy. And... From there, that's the only 2 I've done in the States at that point. Then Australia came knocking, and that was the first time I'd gone on a plane for like 16 fucking hours since I was a kid, So,
dude, don't tell me about that. I've gone to Europe 4 times.
Yeah.
I was getting so tired of sitting for 11 and a half hours going from San Francisco all the way to fucking Madrid, and then even going from Paris to back. And I always have to like get up every few hours because I don't want blood clots going into my fucking legs.
Oh, you gotta walk around. You gotta do a little walk.
Believe me, because I've been to like almost a quarter of Europe. I've been to 18 countries in Europe, and I'm like, holy shit! I can't. So this is what musicians and wrestlers have to deal with every single time.
Oh man, I was like, Jesus. I think that the trip the first time was worse because. I had to fly out of Houston because it was a cheaper flight. That's what Joel found. So it was from Houston to Los Angeles to Sydney to Melbourne, and that was a lot of just like I had a really short layover in Sydney, and I was like panic getting on. But the second time it was like Austin to LA to Fiji. Which
what the hell?
Yeah, dude. It's. I was just like, what the hell is this? And I was in Fiji for like 6 hours, and then then you go to Melbourne, and I'm like, Joel Bateman, what is this? I always make that joke at him.
Save money.
Yeah, I know.
Like during your time going to Australia for DMDU, were you only just there just strictly for business, or you didn't get a chance to like go out and like sightsee or experience anything like that?
I thankfully always do, so when I go do the Australian loops, I will do 2 weekends. So I'll do like, let's say I'll come in like on a Thursday, and then I'll do that weekend shows, and then I'll stay that whole week. Joel likes to take, so the first time it was just me by myself, and Joel had me stay in his guest room, and that was really nice of him. I always am appreciative of him, and I got to pretty much, he's like, yeah, he's the area, and I kind of walked around during the week, and me and him hosted 2 seminars. He took me and a few others to the zoo, which is cool. You can see the koalas and everything like that, and then the next weekend you do the next weekend of shows and you fly back. But like, I thankfully get to see some of Australia. This past one we did not just Melbourne, but we got to drive. I got to learn how big Australia is a little bit. Yeah. Much like Texas, it's just like it goes forever. So it was like we went 7 hours to Adelaide, and it's like you're not even a fourth of the country into the country at that point. You're just like, oh,
wow. Okay, sounds like California too as well.
It just never ends.
It takes me 7 hours just to get from where I live to San Diego because I live in Northern California.
That strip, man, that whole strip up and down, and the traffic's terrible and stuff like that. And
don't get me started on traffic. I hate traffic. Even when I go to the Bay Area, it sucks.
I have some friends that lived in Burbank in down south, and I would stay a summer with them, and I just remember hating getting in the car anywhere. I'd be like, oh no, because we'd just be in bumper to bumper in LA traffic, and I was like, this sucks. How do you enjoy this? Let's go take a train or something.
Okay, so I had Sam Stackhouse on my show as well.
Hey, I love Sam.
Hell yeah, shout out to Sam. He shit on LA a lot with me, and we both shitted on LA because I don't like LA either. Even though I lived in California my whole life, I think LA sucks.
Oh yeah, it's awful, man.
He got like shocked when he's a big Waffle House guy, and I said, yes. You don't have Waffle House, and he's like, you don't have Waffle House? And I'm like, no, I live in the West Coast. I'm not in the Midwest or the East or the South.
I love that, man.
I know. We were like talking straight food for like the last 30 minutes of our conversation, I think, and it was just food and and then Waffle House mostly.
I kind of came up around the same time period as Sam. He was like, I think, so when I broke into the scene in like the Oklahoma area, he was there, and he had been working already, I think, 4 years prior to me at this point. So me and him have known each other since I started wrestling. It's wild to me. I love Sam. He's a great guy, and he always wanted to go to fucking Waffle House, and he liked Buc-ee's in Texas for a while. I don't know if you've heard of Buc-ee's. It's the giant.
I want a Buc-ee's.
Yeah, they're great, dude. They're pretty solid. I mean, like, everyone likes to talk about Sheetz and Wawa on the East Coast stuff. Those are two gas stations. That's the thing.
I didn't know what Sheetz was until I met other wrestlers, and they told me about Wawas or Hot Rod Chili's. I didn't even know what the fuck I didn't know what any of that was because we don't have it in California.
Yeah.
Like, the only thing we had brought here from the East Coast, South, anywhere was Chick-fil-A and Raising Cane's. That was what they gave us. But I'm cool with Chick-fil-A and Raising Cane's.
Yeah.
But for God's sakes, whoever's going to be our new governor in California, give us a fucking Buc-ee's out here. I don't care where.
That's an order, damn it. Give them the Buc-ee's. Some kind of... Oh, man. Do you guys have Quit Trips yet, at least? Like the Quit Trips?
What's that?
Oh, no. It's a pretty good one, too. It's me and Gary J like say, it's a nice stand-in for a Buc-ee's. It's not very big. It's more like more like the size. I don't know if they've shown you how big Buc-ee's get. Stupid huge.
Oh no, my brother has gone to Texas multiple times because his ex-girlfriend lived in Houston.
Okay.
So he would go.
Yeah.
And my parents got to go to San Antonio last year.
Yeah.
And they were okay. Here's the thing: how they said Buc-ee's was awesome.
Yeah.
They said the Mexican food kind of sucked, and they left the barbecue in Texas more than California.
Yes, Mexican food gets better if you go south, like really south. Go like towards Brownsville, Laredo, McAllen. Yeah. The border towns have great Mexican food, but when you start getting up to like Austin and Houston, I hate to say it, it's pretty mid. I don't know.
Okay, because believe me, I've tried Mexican food out in Europe.
Yeah.
Believe me, I've never been offended once in my this much in my life. They stereotype the restaurants. They put like lit candles on the tables, and I'm like, dude, don't be doing. Yeah, and then they put in the sombreros on the wall, a sugar skull in the walls, and then they put modelos on the side. And I'm like, oh, you guys think we're just like a bunch of drunk motherfuckers or something? And then most of the staff weren't even Mexican. And I asked them, can I get a horchata? And they didn't even know what I was talking about. And they didn't know what menudo was, pozole. They didn't even know what tripa was. And I was getting so like, dude, I want to fucking choke you right now.
I have a similar story because the first time, I know I just said these nice things about DMDU. I have to bury one thing, and I always tell this to Joel every time, but God, they took me to a Mexican restaurant. An Australian Mexican restaurant. This place called like
oh my god,
Guzman and Gomez. It's like
oh, that's what Jordan was telling me.
Brother. They're like, yeah, it's the same. I took a bite and I'm like, how do you guys? Do you know what this is supposed to taste like? Because it doesn't taste like any of these. It was like I got this ancho chili burrito thing, and it didn't taste like anything. It tasted like nothingness, and I was just like.
Oh,
I told Joel, I was like, Joel, if I make you eat, granted when he was here, he had some like street tacos. He didn't really have real stuff, but like I was just like, if you have some real Mexican food and then you eat this, you will probably just be like, never eat this again, because it's so not the same thing.
Exactly. And the only time I had actual Mexican food that was good in Europe was when I was in London, and it was when I saw how they cook. And okay, I'll give you a story to this.
Okay, yeah.
So I was staying in the Fulham area, where, like 10 minutes where Chelsea plays.
Yeah.
And 6 minutes from my hotel was a Mexican stand, and I was like, "There's Mexican food in England?" Okay, and I was like a little skeptic because like all the other places I went were shit. So as soon as I see them cook, and I hear them talk, and I'm like, "Oh my god!" I noticed part of Mexico accent. I noticed this is where my family's from. I was like, as soon as I went up to order, I asked, "Are you guys from Jalisco?" And he speaks in Spanish. I speak a little bit of Spanish, and he was like, "I like it paso." And it was like, now I'm gonna have some real good Mexican food finally. And turns out, moral of the story, it was. I finally had some good tacos. Finally,
that's awesome, man.
Finally somewhere good in Europe.
Good.
Yeah.
There's hope for European food yet.
Hey, but don't get me wrong. I like the food out there. It's just don't do Mexican food. I only had one country I disliked their food, and it was in Montenegro.
Really? Okay, heck yeah.
No, because I asked, "What's your guys' main food?" I went to a pure Montenegrin restaurant, and they just gave me like sausages and oregano seasoned potatoes, and I'm like, "That's your guys' food? Seriously?"
It's pretty boring, yeah.
I thought that was bland. It sucked.
Yeah, that sounds bad, man. Shit.
I mean, hell, I got it for cheap. It was like €4.
Okay.
With a drink.
Yeah.
I'll take it. It filled me up.
Cheap food's always cool, man.
Yeah, believe me, I still miss the food in Europe. I mean, we could go on about food this entire time, but like, I gotta remember what I was trying. I gotta remember all the shit I had.
Where were we? I'm sorry, I derailed the shit out of us. I apologize for that.
You're good. Hey, we're having a conversation.
Yeah, brother. Hell yeah.
I want to bring up something that, and I hope to God I can try to go to this year's Tournament of Death.
Awesome.
And I gotta say this, I really love your match with Drake Younger, despite you lost, but that was a great match in that tournament. Like, you get the call to go, or TOD, which is one of the biggest tournaments in the United States for deathmatch. How did that react? How did you feel when you got the call to do it?
It was like a bucket list item. Doing TOD was always something I wanted to do, just because I know CZW's had its ups and downs, but I really think it was the year I got to last year. I thought it was so stacked. It was stacked with a lot of great talent and everything. And when I saw some of the guys, I was like, oh my god, there's so many people I really want to try to get in there with. And when they started like doing some of the matches, I immediately messaged like, I really want to wrestle Drake Younger, and Drake's like, I really want to wrestle Dimitri. So I was like. That was a big moment for me, just because, Drake's had ups and downs, but man, I love that match. I think that match is one of my best death matches. There's a few that I wish I'd say put in the same, pool of some of the best ones I've had, but I adore that match, man. I loved it. Wrestling Drake was that was like, oh my god, this is Drake Younger. This is the guy. This is the psycho shooter. This is the guy who, much like myself, is a guy who's both good at death matches and normal matches, and I was just like, let's do this. And I will firmly say I think we had the best first round match of that entire tournament. I think a lot of the other first round matches, I'm gonna say they couldn't touch us. I'm gonna say that. I think me and Drake had great chemistry. Yeah. The best match, it's like that one, and then the finals with Schlack and Joe Dredd.
In the rain, that was wild as fuck. It felt like cinema.
Yeah, and I always feel like those two matches between me and Drake and then the finals are the two best matches on the whole card. And I'm going to stand by it every day till the day I die, man. So it was awesome wrestling Drake, man. That's all I'll say. Whole fun experience.
Yeah.
Watching a lot of things happen at night. It was awesome.
This is the thing. Like, I'm really hoping to go for this year.
Yes.
because like I'm about to like turn.
Oh, you there? Uh-oh, you. Yeah, I hear you. You're good. No worries. You're good. No worries. All good, brother. We can do a little edit or something if you need to.
Okay. Wait, am I recording or is yours still recording?
It says recording on the top corner. Yeah, it still says it.
Okay. Oh, okay. I see mine's coming up now. All right. Dimitri, I am so sorry. I get these stupid ass spam calls. They're really pissing me off.
Totally fine, my friend. Totally fine. I get it.
All right. God, I really hope I don't go through another like Doug situation.
No good. You're all good, man. No worries.
Okay. All right. All right. Okay. Sorry about that. So. All right. So, after Tournament of Death, and then you got to go to Japan, I was like, holy shit, he is getting everywhere now. And it was for Big Japan, right?
Yeah, Big Japan's Deathmatch World Grand Prix.
Oh, nice. And how was that? That was your first time going to Japan?
First time ever, man, and I loved it. It was great. It was a tag team tournament, which we didn't know who our partners were going to be, so it was all kind of jumbled up on that. But it was still cool. I got to wrestle Takeda in a tag match. Yeah,
Wow,
that was great. And then the last day of the tournament, I got to tag with Reiji Ito, who's a guy who I used to watch his tapes all the time, and you know, I got to wrestle in Korakuen Hall in front of 2,000 people. That was great. And then of course we did one Shinkiba first ring show, and I got to win in Shinkiba first ring. That was cool as hell, man. I had a lot of fun, man. It was Japan is a fascinating, awesome place. I'm sure Jai has told you too. It's just so much fun. So much fun. I love it so much, and I hopefully I'm going back soon.
Nice. Okay, I want to ask this because you're. Do you consider yourself a deathmatch guy first?
I don't even know at this point. It's kind of a weird thing to think about. I guess I do. I guess I'm a deathmatch guy. I'm both. I'm a professional wrestler. Whatever fuckers want to say these days.
Okay. I understand. Did you ever get to meet Jun Kasai?
I did. He was there at the tournament because he did a non-tournament match against Kamatani. And
oh my god!
It was me and DMDU's Michael Weaver. He was the Australian representative who was there with me. We were going around the corner, and there was Kasai, and he was wearing like one of his little like mask.
Yeah.
But you could tell it's Jun Kasai. It's very easy.
Yeah.
And it was me like it was like this moment you're not expecting to run into him. All of a sudden you're like, Kasai-san, hi, how you doing? And there's just much like. Whoa, I just got blindsided by that, and I think I think Jun Kasai is the greatest deathmatch wrestler of all time. I think he's...
I'm 100% on you.
He's so good, and he's great at normal wrestling, he's great at everything, but like, it was very... I was just like, here we go. I didn't expect to run to him immediately, but very nice man, very, very, very kind. Just a legend. He has such. He's not the very tall guy, but he's very like he has so much. He has aura. He has what the kids say these days. The aura. He definitely has that about him. Yeah.
That's a bucket list thing for me. Is I need to meet Jun Kasai and see a match from him. But the problem is, he never comes out to California.
Yeah, he'll go in. He'll do like a random GCW here and there, and god,
yeah,
I'd love for him to come to the States and do more than just a one-off here and there,
Yeah, because right now with flights getting expensive, I really would like to go to Japan, but then I would have to plan all that shit for next year.
Oh yeah.
Whew. But so moving on, I just want to ask something. Curiosity. okay, your gimmick, the deathmatch Jesus, like, I don't mean to bring up a little bit of religion. It's like, are are you like, because I know for me, I'm Catholic. Are you like I know in Russia they have like Orthodox and all that.
I'm Russian Orthodox. Yes. I
Oh,
was
okay.
baptized Russian Orthodox. The gimmick actually came about because we used to have Ruben Steele was a wrestler down here. I don't know if you remember him from ICW a little bit back in the day.
Oh yeah, from when he did the WrestleMania week for them.
Yeah. So Ruben was originally Deathmatch Jesus, and when he
Oh,
got injured, his shoulders completely fucked. He really took a liking to me back then, and he's just like, well, if you ever want to use the moniker, you can use it. And I was like, we'll see. And then when I wrestled in Mexico, the fans wanted to just call me Muerte Cristo. What they were calling me, they're chanting
yeah,
that at me.
I know what that is.
And I was like, oh. And then I told that to Ruben, and Ruben's like, asshole, be Deathmatch Jesus, because they want to call you that anyway. So I says, okay, I'll do it for you, Ruben. So I've taken a little bit of his original character when he was Deathmatch Jesus, and I've made it into my own thing, where instead of he used a lot of Catholic imagery, I use more Orthodox, because that's what my family is. And
Oh, okay.
I try to a lot of much like the Catholic religion, Orthodox has a lot of saints, and
Yes.
they can be saints of things. There's a lot in Orthodox, so I just like, all right, I'm the saint of deathmatch wrestling. Sure, I'll do something like that, just to be fun with it. And
Yeah.
I don't mean to be offensive. I know some people get a little skeeved out, but I promise it's never meant to be a place of anything more than just a piece of like tributing to Ruben, and then also a piece of my culture. I always tell people this. I think there's some fans that get a little like, that's a little offensive. I'm like,
That's what I was gonna ask.
Yeah, it happens. But I tried to tell people, I mean no disrespect. It is not disrespectful.
Yeah.
It's in fact, I'm showing tribute to someone who really matters to me.
Hey, that's good, and like at least you're bringing reasonable explanations for people that will not that don't understand it, but like you're bringing both, not just Ruben, but also part of your culture, what you grew up with, and that is highly respectable, I would say, in my opinion. So like, I don't find it offensive, and like hell, me being Catholic, like I don't find it offensive at all. It doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah. It's never meant to be like anything negative. It's just, I don't know. It's like this thing. I just, when the fans in Mexico called me that, and then Ruben gave me the okay, it's just been like this thing that I feel like I'm carrying a mantle for him, especially because his career was cut so short with the injuries.
Yeah.
It just. I want to be there to have something for him, because I think he was, like I said, he mentored me early on in my deathmatch journey, and I can't say nothing but nice things about him.
Oh, okay. Well, whatever he's doing, I hope he's doing well now. So, all right, Dimitri, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do a switch us off topic from wrestling.
Okay.
But I want to, okay, obviously, you said your parents are not that supportive of you wrestling, but can I ask, is the rest of you said you have siblings, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are they very supportive of you wrestling?
Yes, I would say so. I'm the youngest. My older siblings all have. My brother is. He just wants me to visit mom more. That's about the only thing he always tells me.
Okay.
But yeah. My brother and then my older sister, they both are much more supportive, I'd say.
Hey, well, that's good. At least your siblings are very supportive. But do they get scared of your death matches, like they worry you're going to die?
Yes. Unfortunately, sometimes my sister shows my mother pictures, and I get the angry little Russian woman phone call. So that's why sometimes if I post a picture covered in blood, one of the hashtags I'll use is #SorryMom. And when she sees those, I'll see the phone ringing. It's usually right after it happens, so it's like it's at night, and I know she's calling me at 11 o'clock at night, that there's one reason for this. And so it's like, answer the phone, and then it's just what are you doing? I'm like, okay, mom, please. I'm like, she just...
if there's a shirt that says "Sorry, Mom" on it from you, I'm gonna put me down for an XL.
Thank you. I should come with that. I should figure out a really bloody picture and just say "Sorry, Mom" on it.
Yeah, exactly. Seriously, I don't if you have PayPal, I will give you that money, and I'm gonna tell you, please XL.
Okay, I will. We'll see about this. We'll see about this.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so we're gonna go off topic from wrestling.
Sure.
Because obviously, yes, it's wrestling a podcast, but I don't make it 24/7 wrestling because I know some people are gonna be like when they do an interview, they don't want to repeat the same shit over and over about just wrestling, and they're like, oh, come on, can we talk about something else? So Dimitri, outside of wrestling, what do you do with your time? Do you have any hobbies, activities, or you got any anything you do outside of that? Or do you have a shoot shop or anything like that?
So I occasionally will do some side gig stuff for either with my friend, or occasionally I'll do a side gig where I help out with a local election here in Austin, because I can program their voting machines, so I help out. I'll sometimes do that for elections, but wrestling is mainly my main job at this point. Outside of occasionally doings, my friend, I'll help out with some delivery stuff occasionally, but really it's just wrestling. Hobby-wise, I'm a really big horror fan. I love watching horror movies. I play a bit of. I'd say I game. I sometimes will do a Twitch stream. I'll stream some games, mainly horror games and stuff like Resident Evil and stuff. But
yeah,
not too much though. I've been so busy lately. I'm gonna get back into it. I want to, but mainly just I love going to movies. That's a big thing for me. I love dogs. I have a dog named Hector.
I'm a dog. I have a Frenchie.
Oh, you have a Frenchie. I have a pit bull, and his name's Hector. He's almost 16 years old. I love him. He's an old man dog, but
nice.
I love him so much. He's my buddy. So
that's good. Since you brought up horror movie, what's your favorite horror movie?
It's okay. So it changes all the time, but I would say it's probably The Thing, like The Thing from John Carpenter's.
Yes.
It's probably The Thing. I also really like Evil Dead 2 a lot, because I'm a big sucker for that whole series. But
okay.
I also like the OG Creep Show, modern movie. I love Alien. Alien's great. I love all those movies. Been really big. I last week I watched both The Backrooms and that new one that came out, Obsession, and those are wild movies, especially Obsession.
I know, Obsession was wild. And here's the funny thing. It was so many people make a joke, especially from our nationality. They think, oh, this isn't a horror movie. This is our real life.
It's like being married to a Latino woman.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's great. Yeah. I loved it. It was absolutely terrifying, and it was great. It's a great movie. Great movie. I loved it. I loved it a lot.
Yeah, because for me, can I give you my horror movie favorite?
Sure. What's yours? Yeah.
Silence of the Lambs.
Hell yeah! It's a classic, and it's award-winning, man. I love that.
Yeah, I thought Hannibal Lecter's the best villain you can ask for in a horror movie.
Oh yeah.
Very psychological, gets in your head, and all I'm not a fan of the cannibalism shit, but the way how he can psychologically fuck with your mind.
Oh yeah.
Shit.
It's good. It's a good one. It's a good one, man. And then another modern one I really liked. I really liked Sinners last year. I thought that was really good. I don't know if you got to see that one. It's really tight.
Well, the thing is, I'm not a big horror guy.
okay.
I do watch. There's some horror movies I'll watch. I've seen Nightmare on Elm Street. It's okay to me. I mean, I prefer the original one. But my friend's like, oh, you didn't like the remake? I was like, get the fuck out of here with that shit.
Get out! I did not like the remake in the slightest. I was very much anti-remake on that one.
Yeah.
Kind of ruined it.
Nope. I understand. No, but other than that, for me, I try to stick with some one stuff because being in California, things are fucking expensive out here.
Yeah.
That's why I kind of just stick with my collection right here.
Mm-hmm.
And I do have it. I actually have an original limited edition USSR away shirt.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if you want to see it, or if you like.
Yeah, sure, yeah, it's cool as heck.
All right, let me get it out.
I had a fan prior to the conflict. I had a fan in Russia actually send me a way. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. I had prior to the conflict happening in Ukraine, I had a Russian fan actually send me a Russian hockey team away jersey for them from the Olympics, and
oh, nice.
This fan got a little personal and found out my original hockey number when I played, so it has my actual hockey number on it, and I was like, that's awesome. And they put Alexandrov, and I was like, thank you, I appreciate that. That's cool as hell.
Yeah.
So
yeah, like I thought about wearing it out one time, but then like here's the thing, I don't like getting into politics.
Sure, yeah.
So for me, if I buy a soccer jersey, I want to buy it because I like the design. I like how the look is.
Yeah. I get that.
Like, I even have the last Czechoslovakia home jersey before they dissolved and became Czech Republic and Slovakia.
Yeah.
So, like I don't think about the politics. I just like the design. If the design looks cool, I'm going to buy it.
Yeah, I think that's tight. I think, like, there's a few soccer jerseys I kick myself every day if I'm not buying, and I'm just like, man, there's some fun ones, man. Who cares? Like, some of them I'm not even a fan of the teams. They're just like, this looks cool. I like it. I like how they look. Yeah.
Exactly. Like politics aside, like I just like the design because I like it. It looks cool.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
It. But I'm not gonna buy anything with fucking Nazi emblems. Fuck that shit.
No. There's
hell no. I've been to the Holocaust Museum in D.C. and spoke with Holocaust survivors with my 8th grade class. Believe me, I've never seen my whole class bawl out crying hearing these stories, and I was one of them too. So like that's why I can't stand any of that crap.
Sure, yeah.
But before we get back on a sad note, but like, so like, yeah, I'm a big soccer jersey collector. When you say games, what games are you into?
Like I said, a lot of horror games. Really like Resident Evil. Really like Silent Hill.
Really?
Big on those kind of games. I used to play a lot back in the day. A lot more. I was a big Street Fighter guy. I love playing Street Fighter. I was really big on a lot of old fighting games, a lot. And of course, I like wrestling games. I was big on the old N64 back in the day, and then I really liked Here Comes the Pain on like the PlayStation 2 and stuff like that.
That's my favorite.
That game rules.
I still have Here Comes the Pain.
Oh hell yeah, man! I used to. Every year, I started I would always get the new game, and I would make certain wrestlers and stuff. And then when I got to the games where you could run your own shows and stuff like that, I was really big on booking, more like booking the shows rather than playing it so much. And I like Fire Pro Wrestling. I would play the promoter mode so much. I was just like, what am I doing, man? I'm not even wrestling. I'm running a wrestling company now. What is this?
I get you. Have you played Grand Theft Auto before?
Of course. I played. The first one I played was 3. I played 3, Vice City, San Andreas.
Oh.
Of course, I played 4, and I have not touched 5 that much. I have it because I got it on sale. And I really need to go and play it. I just need to. I got it on a Steam sale, so I can play it on my computer.
Okay.
But I just have not had time lately, and maybe that's something I'll come back to someday because I know everyone loves the online feature of that game a lot, so I probably should.
Yeah. Right now, I'm just waiting for GTA 6 to come out. As long as they don't delay for another 1,200 years or something like that.
I don't know if you remember back in the day they used to have that. How many years people have been waiting on? Like, what was it, Duke Nukem Forever for the longest time?
Oh my god!
And they waited
my cousin told me that.
It was like 10 years of waiting for that game, and then it eventually was supposed to be on it was gonna be on, I think, the Dreamcast. Then it was gonna be on the PlayStation 2, and they just kept getting pushed back more and more and more. And then eventually it came out, and it wasn't very good apparently because it had gotten so many changes to it. It had lost any kind of relevancy.
Hype.
Yeah.
All the hype is gone.
Yeah. So hopefully hopefully it doesn't have the GTA 6.
Yeah, because like I was excited to buy it last year, but then they said that, oh, I'm sorry, we delayed it. I'm like, fuck, because I just got the PS5 like in mid 2024 from my ex.
Oh, jeez.
And yeah, well, that was my gift from her, but I'm not gonna complain. Like, but I had to get it from Portugal. That was where she was from at the time.
Oh, well, yeah. Oh, bless you.
Oh, thank you. All right, so Dimitri, I don't know if you're like obviously I know you're a busy man, but I don't know if you got anything going on after this or anything like that. Because I try to ask, but like with the timing and all that.
No, I just gotta cook some dinner for the family after this. Is all I gotta do. So yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm just making sure. All right. So Dimitri, like the next thing I'm gonna do is go to my 2 segments, and the first one is the 4x4, which is 4 categories of Mount Rushmores.
Okay.
It's going to be male wrestler, female wrestler, matches, and then a random one of my choosing based on the interview.
Okay, heck yeah.
So, first one we're going to do, and before you answer, it's not who you think go in there, they're your personal picks.
Okay.
Right. So, first one is your Mount Rushmore male wrestlers.
Okay. So, I know you said which ones I think and which ones should it. So, can I give you 2 answers? One that is probably what I think is the real Rushmore, but then there's my personal. Can I give you that one? Can I do that?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So if I had to say there's supposed to be a Mount Rushmore of just say wrestlers, just mixes everything, I'd have to acknowledge like the guys who probably made each of the genres of wrestling really famous. So I'd be like,
okay.
I'd have to say Santo. But it had to be El Santo. It would have to be Ricky Dozan, Luthez, and then I don't know, Carl Gotch or something like that, or Frank Gotch, something like that. That way, it's all the different genres.
Yeah.
For me, though, who are my guys? Mm-hmm. I'd say it's my top 4 favorite wrestlers probably, and it's gonna be a weird combination of people. So it's gonna be I love Mick Foley. He's one of my guys. So it's
hell yeah.
It's gonna be Mick Foley. Kenta Kobashi, because I'm a huge Kobashi guy. Brian Danielson, actually, he's the guy who got me really into back into indie wrestling, and then someone I'd say Liger, but maybe Hayabusa, just because he did both normal matches and death matches, and I really like that about Hayabusa.
Oh,
those are
shit.
Yeah, those are my guys. And then if I do a 5th one, it's Bruiser Brody. Probably because I love Brody. Okay. I love Brody, dude. He's early hardcore wrestling is kind of Bruiser Brody, beating the shit out of people with the chairs and then the barbed wire and stuff, So I gotta love that,
Hey, that's a sick Mount Rushmore, and you're the first one to actually bring up Hayabusa.
I love Hayabusa, man. He's
before you answer the next one, are you okay with the Hayabusa that they brought back?
I am okay with him now. I was a little skeptical until I heard the family was okay, and a lot of his past friends and stuff are all okay with it. So I'm okay with it now because of the blessing from other people, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah.
Hey, R.I.P. The OG Hayabusa.
Yes, Azaki. Every time, man. He's cool.
Yep. All right. Next one is your Mount Rushmore female wrestlers.
This is gonna get weird as shit. Okay. I like a lot of Japanese women wrestlers. I think they're awesome. But there's still people who I think are good over America. So I didn't like a lot of women wrestlers from a while, but there were some American ones I really liked. I really liked Victoria. I thought Victoria was awesome. I was I can't remember her TNA name, Tyra or whatever the hell her name was, Tara. Yeah. I thought she was awesome. I always liked Victoria. I thought she was the best one when you had the early Diva era stuff. I really love Akira Hokuto. I think she's a badass. I think she comes out and she's just the toughest bitch in the world, and you watch her do those matches where she's gushing blood, just punching the bitch. I love that. She's just a mean bitch. Speaking of, though, I really love. We're going back to FMW. I love Megumi Kudo. She's the first woman to do death matches. She did those exploding matches and everything like that. I mean, like, there's literally that match where her gear gets lit on fire, and apparently it melted to her skin. It's insane.
That was the one with, it was Shark or Combat?
Shark. The Combat one, she wore gear that didn't have latex on it, but it was the second match because she does the Shark one, and that one where the ref has to put her out. That's what, it was latex caught on fire and melted to her skin, and they had to, like, rip off part of her skin to get it off. And I think she's just tough as shit. I was just like, that girl rules. And then, like, a last one, I'd say, has to be, like, someone more modern, I guess. Let's see, like, I really, really like, I don't know if you're familiar with her, Sarah Del Rey. She was the one who... She was like Ring of Honor and stuff, but she's like the main woman who's trained all the girls for a while now because she's a trainer at NXT still. She never wrestled for WWE, but she works there still. I think Sarah Del Rey's a badass. I remember watching, like, I think it was her and early Asuka before she was Asuka. She was Kana, and they have that match in, like, Shimmer, and I thought that was, like, the best women's match I'd seen in America in forever. I thought that match ruled. I love Asuka, Kana, Asuka, whatever you want to call her. I love her too, but like, Sarah, I'd say Sarah Del Rey, just change it up a little bit.
Yeah, of course, and they're really good ones, and woof. And here comes the next one, where a lot of my guests are like, "Oh, you fucking hit motherfucker!" Your Mount Rushmore of matches.
Okay. I am so lucky that I have started thinking about this one lately. Otherwise, I would be sitting here for way too long. Okay.
Yeah.
This is easy. No, it's not. It's not easy.
Okay.
Not easy. Okay. It's not easy. I got to throw a death match on there, and my death match on there is always going to be. I'm going to reference it again. It was Jun Kasai versus Ryuji Ito from I think it's 2008
was
or
it 2009.
2009, that's the one. It's the original balcony dive Kasai does
that was
in
a sick
Korakuen.
match.
That's the one I'd say. That's like the deathmatch one. Then I really, really love I love Joe versus Kobashi, just because I think it's the story of Kobashi not thinking anyone know who he is, and Samoa Joe having to explain. No, you don't understand. Huge baby face. And then you go out there and, like, the crowd chants. He literally looks confused and does, like, raises his hands and they all cheer. And it's just like, it's almost like that one episode of Always Sunny where Danny DeVito's the trash man wrestler and he does this and the crowd cheers. It's almost like that. And I love that match just because it's, like, Samoa Joe gets to wrestle, like, an absolute legend. And he's like, he refuses to cover up for the chops and his chest is, like, black and blue. You're like, oh God. Yeah. I love that one. Okay, now it gets harder. My favorite match I've ever seen live is I got to go to Final Battle 2008. My brother took me to that. It was in Manhattan. It was in the freaking the ballroom, and I thought that was the
Manhattan Ballroom.
Not Manhattan. Oh my God, I can't think of the name of it now. Oh my God, brain damage. Hi. God, what is it called? It's the place. It's in. Oh, good God! It's Hammerstein.
Oh,
sorry,
okay.
My brain.
Now I got it.
Sorry,
I was trying to remember.
But it's Final Battle 08. It was the main event, the Fight Without Honor. Bryan Danielson versus Takeshi Morishima in that Fight Without Honor match, and which essentially they have the option to use all these weapons, but they only use the chain. And I think that's an awesome use of chain. Bryan Danielson gushing blood all over. You know, Takeshi Morishima was like the big guy. You can't beat him. And it's just awesome David versus Goliath. And of course, that's the one, if you've ever seen the clip of Danielson, the final countdown's playing. Danielson, springboard, knee strikes him, hits him over the ropes, jumps into the crowd, stands up, and they all say it's the final countdown. That's that match. And I think I was like 3 rows back, and I'm just like, You know, it was like,
Yeah.
That was awesome, man. I love that. As a teenager, that was the coolest thing in the world to go to.
Awesome.
And then finally, God damn it. Okay, you son of a bitch. All right. I might go back to Kent Kobashi just because he's got a lot of cool matches. It might be Kobashi Misawa, the match from 2003. I think it's March 1st of 20 of, so it's if you do the, what's the day everyone tape theaters, they always want to do the date. So it's I think it's 3/1/03, and that's the one where you always see Kobashi take the tiger suplex off the apron onto his neck, and it's the one where he finally wins with the burning hammer. I think that match is like my favorite non-Japanese death match of all time. I think that match is just so cool. So I'll put those four. That's my Danielson, Morishima, Kasai versus Ito, Joe Kobashi, and then Kobashi Misawa. Those in 03. Those are the ones. Those are my ones. I'll pick those. Those are my three. It's hard, but I did it.
No, I get you. That's the hardest one out of my category.
Yeah.
I like that. Hell, even if I tell people what my Mount Rushmore matches are, they're like, "Whoa, holy shit!"
Hell yeah!
But so, next one, it can be either a wrestling one or a non-wrestling one. So let me see. Your Mount Rushmore is the Mount Rushmore of horror characters.
Okay. Ash Williams from The Evil Dead. Bruce Campbell's character, with the chainsaw arm and everything, I think.
Yeah.
Coolest hero in all horror movies. I love him. It's great. I love I used to be a really big fan of the comics. They had Jason versus Freddy versus Ash. And, he's the clear babyface to root for in that three-way,
Yeah.
I love that stuff. That was cool comics as a kid. I used to read those. But Ash Williams...
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I got to put a villain in there. Jason Voorhees, he's a classic icon. Look at him, he's Jason.
Yeah,
he's like everyone knows who. They're like someone say, "Draw me Jason." Everyone knows they can draw Jason.
The mask is obvious.
Yeah. I like hot take. I like him more than Michael Myers. I know some people like Michael more, but I'm a Jason guy more than Michael. Nothing wrong with Michael, just not less my team.
Hey, no judgment.
I want to say, God, this is hard. I'd say if we do a modern one, the brothers from Sinners last year, it's got Smoke and Stax. They're the twin brothers. They're both played by Michael B. Jordan. He's playing himself, both brothers. And it's awesome because how they do the filmography. And maybe it's probably just because Michael B. Jordan is like an awesome actor. He plays both brothers very differently. And then one, of course, gets turned to a vampire, one doesn't. And it's like one's like the hero, one gets to be the villain. So he gets to do the duality of that. And I think that's cool. So I would say they're one vote together now. I love that. And then last but not least, it's got to be like Eleanor Ripley from like Aliens. She's the OG like tough badass woman, especially in Aliens, the second one, Aliens, when she gets in the big loading dock thing and she hits the line with "Get away from her, you bitch," when she like starts fighting the Queen Alien. That's cool as hell, man. I mean, like, there's I think she's iconic, and I'd say those are like I know I picked two heroes and two villains pretty much, but I love a little diversity.
Hey, not at all. Hey, because you picked what meant to you for horror characters.
Yeah.
That's what mattered.
I'm sure there's more I could think of off the top of my head, but those are the ones I'm going to go with.
Hey, no worries. And dang, I'm looking back. Shit, because I'm thinking of a horror movie. There was like one horror movie I could not sit and watch. I only lasted just 40 minutes of it because my friend showed it to me. It was a Brazilian horror movie called Skull the Mask.
Okay.
It was fucking gory as hell, and I was like, I was like, dude, I'm done. I don't want to watch this shit anymore.
Oh,
Yeah, if you get a chance, look up Skull the Mask. You're going to see why
Skull the Mask. Okay, I'm gonna write that down. Hold on, I'm gonna Skull the Mask. I'm curious.
Yeah, it's a film out of Brazil.
Hell yeah! All right, so it's all in Portuguese and everything.
Yeah, but there's like, if you find it good, you'll find maybe like the English subtitles on it.
Oh, okay. Oh, heck yeah, heck yeah.
Yeah. All right. So the next segment is going to be 21 questions, and these are to pick your brain just to get to know you.
Sure.
And they're quick fire answers, but you can also leave a reason too as well.
Okay.
And the questions are appropriate, nothing fucked up or anything like that.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
All right, Dimitri, you ready?
Let's go. Let's do this.
All right. Number 1, what was your first job?
Busboy.
Ooh, where was it at?
It was a local restaurant called Crescent Cafe, and that was I only had it for I think 4 months. I was in high school. I was very young. I probably was too young to have a job. Honestly, I used all the money to pretty much save up money and buy a computer, which is what I did.
Okay. All right. Number 2, what was your first car?
1995, because I got a super old car, a 1995 Dodge Ram, black.
Oh.
Yes.
Nice. All right. Number 3, what was your favorite cartoon as a kid?
I know I said G.I. Joe. I don't know. I laid it. Yeah, let's go G.I. Joe. There's too many cartoons as a kid I liked. I'll just say that because it got me into everything.
Okay. Number 4, what is a trait you find in a person repulsing?
People who are mean to service workers. I hate that. I hate like service industry people, like food industry or anything like that. It's like, come on, man, don't be mean to those people. They have a hard day as it is. So I hate that. I hate that. I hate when people are mean to the service industry.
Yeah, I feel it. All right. Number 5, what was a big culture shock being in the United States?
Some places I moved to, just having like a church on the corner, across the street from a church, and over here on the church. Oklahoma was a jarring experience. There's so many churches.
Oh, shit.
There's a lot of churches. It's just like you'd have places where there was way too many churches, which was like, oh, what's this place? Oh, that's a church. Oh, that's a church. Oh,
Jesus Christ.
Exactly.
Yeah, sorry.
No, you're okay. But yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot of. I was kind of shocked in like the South, how many churches there were everywhere. That was a big thing.
Oh, okay. I haven't been to the South yet, so I need to look into that soon. All right, number 6. What is your go-to fast food place?
Oh, I think at this point, it's probably like Chipotle, sad, because I can eat pretty clean there. I hate to say it.
Okay. Number 7. What is your order from there?
Burrito bowl, brown rice, black beans, double steak, hot salsa, and then just a bunch of cheese. I just do that.
Okay. Number 8. This is a travel question. What is a country you wish to travel to that is not wrestling related?
I really want to go to like I want to go like a lot of Eastern Europe. Like I want to see like Bulgaria, Romania, Hungary. I want to go to that area. I just think that's some pretty areas I've always seen like on travel shows, and deceivingly cheap countries to fly to and visit. So I've thought about like just going out there and visiting and checking it all out.
I went to Budapest.
Oh yeah,
and honestly, it is my favorite city to go to. When I was traveling, that was my favorite place.
Hell yeah, I love that.
All right. Number 8. But is it number? Yeah, it's number 8. Okay. Number 8. Another travel one. Okay. What is a country you wish to go to wrestle that you want to go just to say you did it?
Ooh. There's countries okay. Just to say I did it, I want to go somewhere in like Africa. I don't know. It'd be kind of interesting just to say I wrestled in Africa.
Yeah, I would.
Just to say I wrestled in Africa sounds tight. Like obviously I want to go to like the UK and Germany, but I could go there multiple times. But to say like,
it's an obvious one.
I wrestled in Africa. That's a different thing to say, you know.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You gotta get a hold of the guys in Uganda for soft ground wrestling.
Soft ground, brother. Do a death match for soft ground. There we go.
I would be surprised how the people in the crowd is going to react to that.
They'd be blown away as soon as they broke some light tubes.
Yeah. All right. Number 9. What is your favorite sit-down restaurant?
Oh, I guess at this point... Oh, crap. I don't know. Sit down. I like, I don't know, man. I'm trying to think now. Where do I sit down at? I'm trying to... I guess it's like Waffle House, honestly, just because it's... You have to, man. It's such a great post-wrestling show thing, you know?
Oh, my God. I need to try that now.
Yeah, so. It's good. It's a great post show, you know? Like, I definitely eat it after you wrestle kind of thing, but yeah.
Okay. All right, number 10. If you were not wrestling, what would you be doing now?
I think at this point I would get into stunt work.
Oh, nice.
I try to do some stunt work at this point.
Not too hard like JJ?
Maybe not as hard as JJ, but some stuff. I wouldn't mind jumping through a window or stuff like that, you know, for a payday.
Oh, okay. I get you. All right, Wait, am I on 11 or 12?
I think 11 here.
Okay. All right, thanks. I'll just go 11. All right. 11. I don't... Okay, obviously you said you had international channels growing up. What was the one international channel that you liked the most?
Outside of the Netherlands channel, there I watched New Japan for the first time. There was a Canadian channel I used to watch early like Dragon Ball Z. I remember that when I was a kid,
okay.
So I watched that a little bit too. And it was just like the early dubs of Dragon Ball Z that I watched. Yeah. I couldn't tell you the channel number or anything like that, but I remember it was definitely a Canadian network because you see the Maple Leaf would come on half the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Number 12. What is your favorite Russian dish?
I don't know if it counts as a Russian dish, but I'm a sucker for a ranza. It's still it's very similar to a pierogi. It's a lot of beef, onion in a bun. Eat it like this. When I lived in Omaha, there's a lot of Slavic people moved up there, and Runza was a chain. It's a local chain there, and you can get a Runza, and you can get one with just ground beef and onion and spices you bite into that, and it's great. And it comes with it comes with crinkle fries. I remember that as a kid. I used to love that all the time. My parents would go there because it was the closest kind of Eastern European dish we could have. But yeah, I like that a lot. I like pierogi. A good borscht isn't bad either, so I'd say that.
Oh, that's what that thing is. That the soup that's like purple or reddish?
It's got red cabbage in it and everything. Yeah. And beets. Beets. That's another thing. That's the thing that really makes it purple. Beets.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
got it now. All right. Number 13. You're going to a barbecue. What are you gonna prefer? Tri-tip or pulled pork?
Pulled pork guy. I like the tender stuff.
Hell yeah! All right. Number 14. What was one thing you liked during your time in Australia?
Oh, God dang! I was obsessed with their slang. I don't know how much you went into as Jordan and them, but they were explaining things like a 15-minute break in Australia is called a smoko. Like
Joel went with me on that.
Yeah, smokos, and then he would just tell me things. I'm like, you're making up shit at this point. And like, no, mate, that's what it's called.
I'm not here to fuck spiders.
I'm not here to fuck spiders. I'm not here to mess around. If someone's driving fast through your neighborhood, they're a real hoon. I was like HOON. I'm like, they're a hoon. Oh yeah, the hoon over there, mate. I'm like, what the heck does that mean, Joel? You're making up words. I don't know. I love this the slang. I told Joel the next time I will go, I want to have like a come back with a little mini dictionary of Australian slang words because it's so funny. I need that.
Nice. Okay. Number 14. Who is a wrestler you love to hang out before and after shows?
I guess friend wise, Gary J. Gary J is a guy I love. Gary.
Oh, nice.
He's become. He went from a guy I met the first time at the TPI to a guy who's like now like an older brother to me, and I really like Gary a lot. He literally stays when he comes into Texas now. He stays at my house here in this office now.
Yeah,
and he loves it. He's just like, it's just Gary. This is Gary. Just hangs out, man.
I'm going to see Gary J for the first time in person when he comes out in June 20th for West Coast Pro in San Francisco.
Heck yeah.
I'm excited. All right, number 15. Obviously, you've done death matches. What's the one weapon you're going to be like, fuck that, I ain't using that?
Oh, Kenzon. I just, I and it's not because I wouldn't take it. That's the worst part about it. I think it's just, it looks...
Is it your hair?
I don't want it to mess up my hair, and it's like it's good if you're a bald guy to take the Kenzon, because then you can do like the Tremont or the Dula
Cannonball did.
Yeah, but like I don't know, I'd probably lose a giant chunk of hair, and I don't. I don't. I guess I could take it in the arm, but it's not the same. It's not the same. So that or like. I really don't like getting weed whacker, and that's happened twice, and it's fine.
Yeah, fair.
I've done it, but I don't like it.
Alright, no worries, I understand. Okay, number 16. What was the one thing that you loved in Japan?
The convenience stores, as they call it, the Kombini, Lawson's, Family Mart, and Japanese 7-Eleven are the best. They're 24/7. They're amazing. You find out how cheap stuff is in Japan just because the yen is pretty weak to the dollar, and it's like sometimes like why go to a restaurant when I could get all this this food here?
That is what my aunt did when she went last year.
Yeah, it's amazing. I love those things, man. And Family Mart has the Fami Chiki, their version of like a fried chicken. They have the spicy version of the Fami Chiki, and that is addictive, just purely addictive. Ooh. So yeah,
I'll look into that then. All right, number 17. What match would you consider that you've done that you were not proud of?
Not proud of. I had a match about a year and a half ago. I feel like maybe 2 years ago with Madman Pondo, and we did it for JCW, and I think the match could have been much better. It's just because I could have planned a little bit more stuff to do. I think it was fine, but we could have done way more. And we could have given them more stuff, but like I had a small dispute with Pay right before the match happened. Yeah, and it was Pondo. It's still Pondo. Pondo's legend, but he's an older guy at this point, and I feel like we could have done more. Is all I'm saying. And it was it's a match I wish was better, just because I will say this Pondo was part of the reason why he put a name in for me in Japan, which is nice, and I owe that to him. And so I feel like I owe him a better match than that, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. I get you. Okay. Number 18. Okay. It's a hypothetical. If you were able to travel, what's the one thing you want to bring from your childhood back to your current time?
Oh my gosh. One thing, if I could time travel, one item from my childhood to current time. Probably like I'm trying to think now. Probably some of my old wrestling action figures, because a lot of them my mom sold them in a yard sale. So when I was like as an early teenager, and I was just like, so there's some real old figures now that it'd be cool to have them. That's all.
Yeah. Can I give you Joel's what he said?
What did he say?
He said it as a joke at first, but then he thought about it. He's like, the issue 1 Charizard Pokemon trading card for the financial benefits.
Yes! I would also do that. I had a few of those as a kid. I have...
Oh!
And I would trade them. And I have one still.
Don't lose it or fuck it up.
Oh, it's gonna be something I sell. I just gotta go get it like graded and stuff like that. But I'm absolutely gonna sell it one of these days. I have one, but I remember as a kid when I used to trade Pokemon cards a lot. I had a few of them from Lucky Polls.
Dimitri, take care of that.
I'm gonna take care of it. It's gonna be a rainy day fund, you know.
All right, three more. Number 19. What was the one thing you did not like in Japan?
Oh, there was like no gyms.
What?
Yeah, they have gyms, but like, so they didn't have a hotel gym. They just had like a fitness room, and you thought you go in there, and it was just one like 2 treadmills, and I was like, oh, and
that's it?
Yeah, and then I was like, I guess I just didn't get the iggy on it, but there's not knowing now, I think that I could manage it better because there's places you can find. But they put us in Shin Yokohama is where they had our hotel, and I could not find a gym anywhere. And it was like, I'm weirdly a gym guy for Deathmatch. I love being able to at least get some of the energy out and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I couldn't find anything, so I'm like resorting to like push-ups and stuff, and just trying to work out in the freaking hotel room at this point.
Nah, I get you. All right. Number 20. Since you live in Texas and you guys have Buc-ee's, what's your favorite item to get at Buc-ee's?
Ooh, the beaver, probably the beaver nuggets. I love those.
Nice.
Beaver nuggets are solid. I also really like their cinnamon roll. It's a cool. I would sometimes I'll take one because they have them in containers. I'll take it. Yeah. I'll come in late at night, right after the show, get this, come home with it, and then I'll slightly heat it up in the morning with some coffee, and I'll heat it up in the air fryer, just low setting to heat it, make it warm, and that's like the best breakfast in the world post show. You know, like a big cinnamon roll or what they have good muffins too, but like some of their baked goods are underrated. I'll say that.
Well, when my brother and my parents went to the Buc-ee's out there, they would always bring the beef jerky, and I loved the jerky.
I don't know. They have the little, like, you can get it a la carte, so you can get little bits here and there. You can try stuff.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, if you ever get one with the counter, it's almost like a meat counter. It's like, can I try that? Can I try that? I'll give you a little piece. They have a cherry wood one that is, it's a sweeter flavor, but it's really nice. That cherry wood jerky, underrated jerky at Buc-ee's, I'd say.
Oh, okay. I will look into that when I decide to go. All right. Here's the final one. And the final one, I always stick with this one. So, you've been wrestling, Dimitri, this isn't part of the question. How long have you been wrestling?
Holy crap. It's going to be 11 years. Actually, it's about to turn 11 years, in like a month, or less than a month. Holy crap, it's June. 11 years.
Okay, so, final question. If you can go back to the day of your very first match, knowing everything you know now, and give yourself one piece of advice before debuting, what would it be?
Keep that nervous energy, but replace part of it with excitement, because it goes a lot better. Being nervous is good because it means you care, but use excitement as another fuel because it'll make everything even more fun. I don't know. It's just like also I'll tell them to stay away from some certain people in the business. But
fair.
I would say that too. But the one good advice, and then one like, by the way, this list of people sucks, so please stay away from that.
Okay. I've had one funny one.
Yeah.
But with Honest John, he said, when you grab the mic, step away from the speaker.
Oh, the feedback. Oh God, yeah. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, because he got a lot of it blasted in his ear, and he almost thought this was going to fuck up his wrestling career when he debuted.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, no. Okay.
He thought it did, but it turned out everything was fine. I think he's going to Texas for an upcoming trip, I think.
Awesome.
I don't remember what promotion it was, but I just know him and Trinell, who was Quincy Elliott, they're going to go.
Oh, hell yeah. That's awesome, man.
Nice. But Hey, Dimitri, these are some great answers, and thank you again for doing this.
Of
And
course.
I really appreciate it. And, not only that, big fan, and also, hell, shout out to Jaya for bringing you up.
Yeah, man, Jai's the guy. I love him. I'm excited to see him in September. He's a good friend. I love him, and thank you for having me on. I really appreciate it.
Hey, no worries, man. Before anything, you want to hit up your socials or how people can get in touch with you to book you, all that?
Absolutely, yes. Hit me up on Instagram, Dimitri_Alexandrov. I've been here for a while. I have a Twitter, of course, at Dimitri Killbear. I've had that for a while there. If you want to hit me up on all of these, very easy. I have a Facebook. You can add me on Facebook. If you want to support me, I have a pro wrestling tees, but if you want to really support me because you'll get more towards me, go to my Big Cartel. It's just Dimitri Alexandrov at BigCartel.com. I have shirts up there and everything. A lot of stuff at this point. I'm just doing. Whenever you order it, it's printed right then and there, and they ship it to you. So a lot easier. No real middleman.
Nice.
It's all coming through me. So yeah. Very easy to ship to people that way. But no, man, that's pretty much it. I guess I have a TikTok. I don't know. Dimitri Alexandrov TikTok. I'm bad at that one. I'm bad at TikTok, but
I don't have a TikTok, so I know.
I'm really bad at it. I uploaded a promo today. That's about it. So anyhow, that's everything. Thank you again, man. I really appreciate you having me on, man. Thank you so much.
Hey, no worries, man. Just hang tight after recording, okay?
Okay, can do.
All right. To everyone listening and watching, I'd like to thank my guest, the Deathmatch Jesus, Vladimir Putin's least favorite wrestler, Dmitry Alexandrov, coming on. And if you guys want to keeping updates on what guests are going to come on, I only have one social media platform on Instagram at Wrestle Craze United _podcast, and all my interviews will be uploaded on my YouTube channel, Wrestle Craze United Podcast. And make sure you give the interviews a like and also a channel subscribe. Until next time, this is Franco Maldonado saying later and peace out.